top, when he gets into that gear, he's just unstoppable. He becomes this beast. And then just NaVi are so good at locking down T-side, at spreading out across the map, at just finding the weakness in their opponent's defense. I really have a tough time seeing Luminosity come out the gates cold and manage to cold cock NaVi.
I mean, I do think they have some very strong individual talent on. So, I mean, Dust 2 is a map where you can sort of unleash that. But I don't know. I still think NaVi is a very good Dust 2 team, so might have to sort of slightly favor them. But it could be interesting to see if Luminosity are going to be able to sort of unleash all of that individual talent and put some of those people to work a little bit. So if you are just joining us, this is the final best of 3 for today. We'll obviously continue tomorrow. A lot of Counter-Strike here in LA right now. And I mean, the map pool as well. Get some Inferno in there, which is an interesting map for both teams. Yeah. And it potentially overpasses the signing map. And those are two solid maps, I think, where Luminosity can actually do some work. I would have to go with NaVi here, but I could actually see Luminosity. If they keep their cool, they could definitely bring it back on the next 2 maps and take this series in the end 2-1. I could see Luminosity actually winning. This, to me, is the closest match of the day. It could go either way, and we're about to get right into it. The pistol is about to begin because we've sorted out the knife, and it looks like NaVi will be starting on the CT side here on the defense. Luminosity on the T side. And right now, I mean, they have 2 guys going full utility here. Mass nades. Yeah, and look at this. Nothing complicated. Let's just rush out long. We've got the smokes to cover the cross. And this is just a nice way for a Luminosity start. I feel like they've not met anyone yet. So are they wondering? Are they getting suspicious here? They're going to go for a bit of a battle. And Seized will be picking up Fallen first. There's a great kill opening up for NaVi. And they're going to fall back and play this one defensively. Smart play so far from the CT side. Yeah, they peaked together as well. So, I mean, they took damage, but still, Seized was able to pick up one of the kills. Now the rotation comes in here for NaVi. They have a man on Cat as well, but then FNX comes out of nowhere. 2 shots for him, 2 kills. And now it's going to come down to a man advantage here for Luminosity going up onto this A site. Nice shot from Guardian to take out Fur, though. Brings it back to a 3-on-3, and Guardian is just wrecking them! 3 kills from Cat. Doesn't even let them get up onto the site. Dude, there you go. Semler. A lot of headshots all in a row. And it's just as they get up A slope, he's just standing there. Just click, click, click. 3 headshots, 3 kills. They had two smokes for the cross, and the first one was an awful smoke, and the second one was, wow, that's a shot from Fallen. The second one was never even thrown, so I mean that's obviously a big problem here. But with that kind of start here, the scout being put into play, Fallen picking up a kill, you've got to wonder what the rest of the round is going to be showing here for NaVi. That's a bit of an uncomfortable way to start. Fur is ready with the Tech 9, and at this range, he just might come out on top against the UMP. Yeah, if that UMP pushes through, it'll definitely be touch and go, because the UMP can shred him up close, even if he has Kevlar. It's a great SMG, does a lot of damage to armor. But yeah, that one-shot headshot with the Tech 9 is also a little bit worrisome here. Edward might need to go for a play, though. That's why he's holding so aggressive. He's also trying to listen to hear any kind of step at the top, just get any kind of info at all. And as soon as there is some kind of info that comes in as far as like a cat play, if Guardian spots anybody out here or hears the steps, he might go for that push. Oh, he's got his back turned, and he's going to go down. P250's also a one-shot, and there's the follow-up. Tech 9 Edward going to go down. Now it's on Zeus and Seized, and they've got to do something, but I mean, they're pushing into Upper Dark. There's nobody there. The bomb is going to go down, and they just can't do anything except for saving the rifles here. And with this much time left, and with Luminosity still having a couple of pistols left here, I mean, they've got 2 Tech 9s. And might as well go and hunt at this point with the Tech 9s at least. And NaVi were really expecting some kind of B play as well. They were really hoping with that stack over there. Guardian pushing in. He was looking towards Lower Dark. For some reason, NaVi were really focused on those halls. Seems like perhaps a little bit of a misread on their part. But what is this fight that's going on? Somebody hit a shot. It's the FAMAS. Yeah, well, FAMAS and what was Fur holding out? The UMP was using the Tech 9 instead, I think. Either way, Zeus, I don't think, is going to be living through this round. Indeed, he'll go down. Seized picking up a kill. They're coming up behind him as well. And I think he survived the round. I'm pretty sure he did. But that must have been close anyway. I mean, here's the replay from Guardian, basically. He was about to check behind the box. But then, yeah, exactly. Edward has to push for something at that point. He has to try and either get into mid and catch the man who just got the M4 off of Guardian. He has to do something there. And so, again, Luminosity getting rewarded for their patience. A question worth asking is when Guardian is pushing middle like that, why aren't the two players in B also pushing upper dark? Might as well make it a sandwich at that point if you're going to have someone pushing middle like that. We do have a bit of an aggressive push here coming up. Zeus is going to go down Cease with the one follow-up, trying to get the spray on this one saved M4, and he's already got the double kill and almost a triple as well. Taco very low on health. Cold coming in from Catwalk, and he takes down Guardian, but that only leaves us in a 3-on-3 right now. And NaVi, if they could steal this round back, that would be huge.
Yeah, this is nasty. That bomb is stuck over at long, though. They need to actually create some space because this smoke is going to clear soon. Is he actually going to be able to get across? Taco falling, going to be focusing on Cat. He gets caught by Edward. Man advantage now for NaVi. They've got an AK, an M4, plenty of firepower to get in here. No nades to make it easier, but then Flamey, no fear at all from him. He just goes right up, takes that fight with Cold, finds him, and it's going to be down to Taco now with 18 HP, the last man alive here, in a 1v2, and he's not going to make it. Edward's going to shut him down, and that's what one rifle, when you save that one rifle, that's what can happen. It's in the right place at the right time, and C's did not miss the opportunity to just wreck Luminosity there.
Yeah, the push from Catwalk was way too delayed as well. There's some weird things going on in this round for Luminosity. His first kill is good, but right now, the two people on Catwalk, look how far behind they are. Cease is even standing on the box, shooting down on long. You know, he's the most open position you could be having on that A-bomb site, and yet the people on Catwalk are nowhere nearby. If they'd been on Cat, then Cease would have got one kill, and then he would have died, and the round would have been Luminosity. So, huge mistiming there from the Luminosity team, actually. That's a really big misplay on their part.
That's a really painful mistake, no doubt. And well, now that's going to reset things here, and it just keeps Guardian off that op longer. Because, I mean, that's the main focus. Although, what am I saying? Of course not. Yeah, they just win the round. Of course he's going to have the money for the op. For some reason, I would put Guardian on Luminosity's side. All right, bit of a mind slip there. But Guardian has his AWP, and now things get a little bit rough for Luminosity.
Yeah, that's going to put them a bit behind. I mean, they know that they did a lot of damage, and so early in the game, being on the terrorist side as well, they want to keep buying here. They want to keep the pressure on. If they do go for a cat push, that would actually be a genius call at this point in time. It'd be very hard for NaVi to stop it. Guardian, even though his skills here, he's going to be smoked off and flashed off as well. So, yeah, if they push cat, it's certainly going to be a bomb plant, and could even be a round win if they can take down Guardian.
Yeah, and this is where Guardian's famous for. Holding at Carr, looking at Cross, he's so consistent. They need to have a flash to get rid of him. Their first one going through, extra smoke, and this is perfect. Luminosity, great use of nades to just completely eliminate Guardian from the equation, and now they're going to be able to plant for Cat. They leave players behind to have a bit of a crossfire. They have a way out Luminosity, and now it's all going to come down to NaVi getting in here and landing some headshots. But Cold, he's going to take out Zeus, Fair, finds Seized, and this is going to fall apart here for NaVi. Unless they can find a kill very quickly here. Flamey needs to find the headshot, and he does. 2 kills for him. They're still in this. But they have no kit, Anders. They have no kit.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It all hinges on that at this point. They know that they won't have the time for it. LG, on the other hand, couldn't know that, which is why that push on Catwalk they just did with the 2 people going down was really silly. But it's going to be fine anyway here. Taco, is he going to survive the bomb blast? He will. So not at all bad here. And he's going to tie it up at 2-2. So sort of heavy competition here early on. But NaVi saving the 3 rifles and everything. That's going to give them a bit of a chance going into the next round, including that AWP. Sue still hasn't killed anyone, which is interesting.
Which is interesting, especially because I put the focus on him. What with Starks calling for NaVi now for quite some time, we've seen a good improvement in his personal play. As far as Zeus is concerned, he has been picking up more frags. Bit of a cold start for him now, though. So we'll see if he can basically get his head back in the game. He's got so much experience, Zeus. He's always going to be a threat. But the main thing is that Guardian, he held on to that AWP. Then with the money, he's got Kevlar, he's got a kit. He's a little bit more, he's going to be a little bit more robust. Whereas Luminosity, they have the full rifles, but no AWP for Fallen. So that's a little bit frustrating for him.
Well, they made it past Guardian in the middle, and he's not one to be sticking around the same spot for too long, so falls back towards the A bomb site. You can tell Luminosity setting up. This might be sort of a wall of smoke strat going up to the bomb site here, which means once again, Guardian's position, just like last round, it might be nullified just by the utility grenades. And here we see it coming in. Guardian's already made the call. Rotation is coming through as well. Are they actually going to commit to it? Yeah, they will take the bomb up here as well. Flamey, just so many targets. Guardian going to get the 1 kill. Why are they not stopping this Guardian? Was that a 2-for-1 shot now? Fallen and Fur are going to be left 2-on-5. What a round here. NaVi just wrecking LG, and that's going to be Fallen left now. Not a lot that he could do.
Yeah, and they're already pre-nading it. They know exactly where he's coming from. at the way that works out with Guardian. I mean, it's perfect. You almost want to criticize Flamey for challenging like that on slope, but all he's doing is he's drawing attention to himself. Guardian boosts up on the boxes, and LG aren't even watching for him. He wrecks 3 of them.
I would criticize Luminosity for not taking that advantage. Once you see that there's only one guy there, just all step forward and kill him. There's no chance to get all of you. So I think they were playing too timidly then. Man, it's 3-2. Scout being picked up by Fallen. It worked the last time. Not going to work this time. So NaVi, I think, with a bit of a chance this time, actually, to make a big dent in the first half here.
This is where they can finally wrest some control, right? I mean, it's been so back and forth so far. They haven't really been able to establish a bank. This could be their big round, you're right. Tech 9s, PT50s, a Scout on Fallen is best that he can do. And right now, Luminosity are just spread out, hoping for a lucky pick in, and they nearly get it there. Edward gets headshot at long. That very well could have been the opening kill for Luminosity, but instead it's going to be NaVi shutting him down across the map. Luminosity, after the push at long, try and make a quick play into B, and they just get slapped back down by Flamey. He gets 2 kills, and now Seized is here to support with that Galil. Nice double kill for him, and that's as clean as it gets for NaVi. They're going to be very happy with the result on that round.
Very good job here, and not losing really anybody either. Flamey with a decent bank, and it's not like anybody's really far behind either on money on the NaVi side, so I think they're going to be excited about this so far. And Luminosity, that kind of buy, it leaves them with next to nothing. Even with the bomb plan in that previous round, wouldn't have inspired a buy here. So they're going to be in some trouble now. There's a really good chance here for the CT side to really start building a foundation. That grenade going to leave Fallen's ears ringing for days to come.
Yeah, monstrous. Straight on top of him. Rotation coming out now from NaVi. And they're going to have Guardian in position once again. He's actually he's changing it up, though. He's trying to be unpredictable. So Luminosity, they saw him on the site itself last round. Now he's going to be taking back up the car position with Zeus waiting in Goose. Zeus just laying a little bit of a trap here. And well, I mean, it might be a little bit tricky, but Guardian's just so consistent at hitting the opening shots. What Fallen might do is he might just go straight down into CT here, hope to draw the attention and give his team an opportunity to actually make some progress up Catway, try and get up onto that site. And there it is, but Zeus picks him out of the mid-air before he can even get down. And now Guardian is going to turn into a bit of a shooting gallery. There's the first one. And he could get the follow-up, except that Edward's a little greedy.
Good control from Edward anyway, and yeah, you're right. I think Fallen off. Yeah, I think he was trying to make the jump down. A little part of me, Semler, was hoping that he'd make that jump, but die with, on landing. But I don't think you can actually take 17 damage from that. I think it's on the 11 damage mark you're going to take if you fall off there.
Yeah, it's not quite there.
One can hope, right?
Right. I mean, it would have been good. I mean, at least that it's better than giving $300 to Zeus. You kill yourself. There you go. Nice though.
Look at that read from Fallen there. But are they going to read Edward following up here? AK in hand, pushing forward. Sprays really early on. But, I mean, he gets the kill. Going to get down to Cold, though, instead. It looked like Edward didn't have a plan B then. He was like, I got the kill. What am I going to do now?
He was waiting for Fallen. He was waiting for Fallen and Suicide. And that's the thing. He didn't spot the man holding it long. So he would have been one step ahead, but it just didn't play out that way with Cold being so close. So a little unfortunate there for Edward. You got to appreciate, the risk-taking, because at that point he had to go for something big. And while now NaVi, they're still a man down. They have no nades. They have a single incendiary on Seized, whereas Luminosity have everything they need. 55 seconds left on this clock. And there's still plenty of time here for the Brazilians.
This is kind of cool as well. They've got Guy in upper dark, which means they've got a lot of information on that side of the map. They don't spot anyone. That in itself is very valuable. They've got Zeus controlling all of middle alone. They know no one's coming lower dark. He doesn't have to worry about that. This is a very well thought out setup here. And over at long, well, this is the only really weak spot. And that's where Luminosity are going to go. It's going to be really hard for, with just a rifle over there, to contain 4 people coming into it. In the middle, it's been a bit of a battle. Seized just doing some jiggle peeking here, shoulder peeking the pit. And now he's going to know 20 seconds. Molotov going to go up as well, and they're just going to make it past.
He's waiting. He's just hoping that some kind of opening is going to present itself. Instead, it's FNX to take out Zeus. And there's Seized up close with that Galil. If he had an AK or an M4 or anything else, he might have got that kill, but it's not going to happen for him. Instead, it's Flamey, but it's a losing fight. 1v3, retake attempt, and it just doesn't work for him whatsoever.
So that initial setup, because they're playing a man down on the NaVi side, is so good. What really frustrates me is that once you're in that corner in upper dark, if you just move forward a little bit, you can do that because no one's lower dark. Zeus is covering middle, so it's all good. If you move forward and check T-spawn and you see no one there, you can rotate into middle, try and help out Zeus. 20 seconds, they're not going to come running back at that point. It would have been, I think, a better move So they got some good information, NaVi. They didn't follow it through. Now we're into the double-up setup and a 5-3 scoreline here. I mean, Luminosity, once again, showing that they're mentally quite strong. They're not just going to break, even if they sort of lost the initial fight against NaVi trading rounds.
But now it gets fun, Anders. Now we go into the double AWP setup here for NaVi. This is how they change it up. Guardian had money for his, but now Seized has got one as well. And they're just leaving him over on that B site. This is one of those standard tactics for NaVi. Once they have the money for it, they put Seized alone. Then they get that crossfire set up in mid. No target peeking this time for Fallen either. So really, this is going to turn into a waiting game. And both of these teams are very good at it. You always think NaVi. NaVi is the first team that always comes to mind as far as, you know, they wait until there's like 20 seconds left in a round to execute. They're never really taking much risk. I mean, Luminosity have a bit of a similar style. As we can see, they're really taking their time, hoping for NaVi to make the mistake. But it does look like in the end, they're going to have to go for the aggressive tactic. They do have a flash setup, it looks like, for long.
Oh, and this is going to be tough on Edward.
Yeah, there
Backup is miles away. There's no one on this corner. All on Edward. He has to at least trade the kill and preferably do more. Oh, Guardian! He takes out Taco mid-air. I was wrong. There was some backup. It's just going to be Taco's dead corpse landing right on Edward. And still unpleasant, but it's going to work out just fine. Look at the time here. This is something that NaVi know very well. 20 seconds now. They try and move out. They're going to get the first kill. Now 19, 18 seconds. They got to move quick here. Edward sprays one, then two. He's still in the pit. He's got the bomb as well. He finally goes down, but it's going to be way too late. 10 seconds and a 1-on-3 here for Cold Zero. And what a great hold. The fact that you think that's going to be when Edward is down. You know, they're going to rain down on him. And instead, it's just corpses, Semler.
It's raining men.
Guardian is out there. It's like that. What is that? Is it Behind Enemy Lines, that World War II movie where, like,
yes,
you know, they got the sniper out out in Russia, and he's just, you know, picking people off as they try and jump between the buildings.
Jumps
That's what
across.
Guardian is doing right now.
It's that headshot, yeah. Good movie, guys, by the way. Go watch it.
It is a good movie.
But, yeah, that was sick. And Edward just so patient. You know, he could have tried to push forward with the incendiaries. Instead, he fell back because he knew his teammates were up at top long, just watching that long angle. Luminosity, this time it backfires. They had no time to back up and change the tactic. They had to press forward. And so now in this round, they decide to really commit. Look at this force buy coming out from Luminosity. Tech 9s across the board with just a single AK on Cold, the one that he managed to save from the last round. They really do not want to let NaVi get more than 6 rounds. And they're setting up now for the first B split that they've tried so far. A little bit concerning that it's only the bomb up in Upper Dark. It's really going to come down to the push here on Slope, and we already see them just getting picked off one after another. A total slaughter.
Yeah, and with Seized as well using the AWP in window there, I mean, great setup. And Luminosity, they've got to be worried. I do think 6 rounds on CT side here for NaVi is sort of like a milestone. Yeah. Once you get into like 7 and above, you're starting to really have a really good first half here. So I can understand why the Brazilian team would be a bit worried about that, why they would want to try and make sure that that was the end of the ride. But at the same time, now they've put themselves in a very bad position. Economically speaking, you know, we're down to just a couple of pistols and no armor either.
How many rounds has Fallen had an op? Right? You know, like the ideal firepower, it's been just so limited for Luminosity, it feels at all times. And so, well, here's some of the pressure. Fallen gets down off a cat. He gets the pinch in on Guardian. That's a bit of a surprise. But then Flamey is here to just lock down the doors. He's doing massive damage, and there really isn't a whole lot that Luminosity can do. They're tap dancing all around him, but he's just not going to die.
I love that. With the Glock, you know, 1, 2, 3, Thor, and then, you know, switch to burst to shut it down, you know. It's like jab, and then just a knockout punch at the end.
And great control from Flamey as well. It's like almost in passing he picks up that kill on the man holding the doors.
Yeah. Was that an ace as well? I think it was an ace. I mean, granted it was an anti-eco ace, but still. Flamey, I think, also got off, what, 15, 1 and 2? Could that be real life? Is that really his scoreline? That's not bad. It's just starting now in the 12th round. Aggressive move from NaVi. So before Luminosity even like try and find a way to do this, actually it's the CT side that switch up the with a sort of more offensive setup here, and that's going to be really annoying. But they are sneaking past on Catwalk. They're actually just going to be walking up from that smoke that they themselves put up on the headshot box, getting the opening frag on Seized. Now we've got a real round on our hands here. Su's going to be moving forward. Grenades riding in. They almost line up for him, but they're going to trade the frag, and also Flamey going down. Edward coming up from behind. Kitty hero this round. He's got the M4, but they're running with the smoke. He can't find the targets, and Guardian is about to need a lot of help. He's going to go down cold with a straight headshot, and well, Edward looked like he had the timing window, but these smokes actually ruined it for him.
And Fallen knows that he's there. He heard that rifle. He heard that drop. He knows he's going to face, and Edward can't pull the trigger a second time. No saving it this time around, and that's got to be so frustrating for Edward as well, because he gets into lower dark successfully, then he pushes up to upper dark. He's like, where they at? Where they at? Let me at him. And all of the action is happening in mid and towards A. He never actually gets in there to have that backstab impact that he was looking for. It was so close every time there, especially in the mid push, but the rest of his team just getting caught out, and C's really aggressively holding that that angle in mid. Came back to bite him. Trying to force it, you know, that's always a little risk there, because that short smoke that is used by Luminosity is really tricky. They can just drop down right in front of him, and then if he misses that shot, he's a dead man.
NaVi actually investing pretty much their whole bank into this round. They've got the double up set up and a lot of grenades as well being purchased, so they've got to make this one count, otherwise they in turn risk letting Luminosity back into the game here. The Brazilian team going for a very standard spread right now. Although with a little bit of catwalk control, they are making sure that no one's up there. This is what you do if you want to go for like a B-split push. You want to make sure no one is there and then try and commit back to it. And I mean, B-splits, we haven't seen too many of them here. So it wouldn't be out of the question they can try and do that. They've got the Molotovs and everything else for it. Although now that they're walking more people back on catwalk, you could be something different. Yeah. We'll see how this plays out. They've got about 45 seconds. They're going to throw the grenades up here. They're taking the bomb back down middle. Smoke's going to go up into CT spawn, so we are going to have the B-split coming out here with about 35 seconds left. And Zeus actually spraying, and there's not a smoke there. It is way too late. I just assumed, and you can't do that. Fer going to get the kill, but he goes down, and Zeus will fall next. It's now a 2-on-3.
Getting a little sloppy there, trying to force it. Luckily, Seized is still alive on the B side with that AWP looking upper dark, so Taco can't get anything done. And it's going to come down to FNX, who's very consistent for Luminosity in the clutch, but this is just an impossible situation. He has to try and go through mid doors into a crossfire to get that bomb, and it's just not meant to be.
Now, I assumed that they would be putting up that smoke in CT spawn. When they didn't, this breaks it. One kill there from Zeus, and it's all going to be really weird.
And that's the real issue, is that FNX, I think, was supposed to try and jump off a cat down into it. He just didn't commit. He ended up backing up off of cat, so there was no backstab into CT to actually remove somebody there. It's a little frustrating there for Luminosity. Their plan not really coming to fruition, and now, well, there's the shot Guardian deciding to challenge that angle. He's even going to go for more. He's dropped down to half. Flashes in, but it's too late. Now it's going to come down to Zeus holding this line, and he does so magnificently. At least manages to pick up 2 kills, although Fallen just comes right back into it. We're back into a 2-on-2.
Oh, and Cold with the almost perfect timing there. Flamey was backing up. Fallen now, 24 health, 1-on-2 here in the 14th round, and this is going to get tough. He's got the bomb, but is someone spotting middle? I do think so, yeah. Whoa, Seized actually. He can't spot the whole of middle.
Wow, okay. Yeah, he was really expecting to Fallen to hesitate a little bit more at long. And so now Fallen can actually get into the B site for free. It's not until he plants the bomb that NaVi are going to be in position to deal with that. Unless he deliberately slows down here, he's actually outthinking it. Because now the man with the AWP can be down. No, it's going to be Flamey in CT, but still, he's going to spot Zeus when Zeus crosses the doors. Now or rather Fallen has no nades to work with, so it's going to get nasty. He tries to challenge, and he gets taken out. Good positioning there by Flamey. And so NaVi, they just keep control of the situation. Guardian, though, is just crazy, man. Going for re-peeks like that into a rush, that's, well, we saw what happened. It's near suicide.
Yeah, you've got to be careful about that.
Yeah, well, last round of the half, so this is going to be it, and NaVi have a full buy going into it. Once again, Luminosity forced into a pistol force situation, like they just don't have the money, and this is the story of the half. They win a round, and then they just lose the following one, and they get reset every single time. It's just been an eternal struggle here for Luminosity in this first half on their T side.
Yeah, and I think they actually might have wanted to rush B here, so now they've waited for the grenades. They had Fallen spotting the middle, and he actually even saw that they were just a little bit late. But as they come into the B-bomb side, the Molotovs there, they got to wait. Now they're going to go for it. Flamey looking for the opening frag. He's flashed as well. He's going to, well, actually, he's still alive. Now he's going to go down in the back line. FNX picking up a great double kill here with the Tech 9, and this might be their round anyway, in spite of, I don't know, a pretty stacked bomb side there.
Yeah, that single man holding in the site. Flamey, wild spray from him. And Luminosity, that's like textbook stuff. They come out of either side of the smoke, so unless you have 2 guys there to just lay down the hammer for NaVi, it's going to be really tough for Flamey to just lock them out. So not a good angle, and he gets picked, and now it's going to come down to Guardian and Edward. Obviously the last round of the half, so there's no saving, no bother. You just got to get in and, you know, do it the hard way. But the 1 kill is all Guardian's going to get, and Edward gets taken out by Taco, who just charges out there with the Tech 9. So good call there in the end by Luminosity, basically just a Hail Mary. Like, we need the last round. What haven't we done yet? Just straight up B-rush, go.
Yeah, so I think less than ideal round here for the first half for the Luminosity team. And as most of our analysts were talking about as well, NaVi probably favored a little bit on this map too. So yeah, you start to see why. They even, I mean, NaVi sort of even ended up coming out on top. That initial battle where they just keep exchanging rounds, right? That's so important, and it looked for a moment like Luminosity were going to be able to do it. They weren't. Now we've got Edward as the raid boss here with the Tech 9 and armor build, which is, yeah, quite powerful.
Yeah, which is always a little fun. Zeus, he's the one taking the hit. He just goes for a single smoke and then seized, usually the nade man for NaVi. He's got the double flash and smoke there, so NaVi, again, standard as far as they're concerned. This is just them just trying to figure out what the defense looks like. Okay, spotted a man up on catwalk. There's a little bit of info. Now seized. He has that to work off of. They haven't seen anybody else pushing anywhere. Neither have they seen anybody in mid. So NaVi love to get up here on cat. Now they're going to set up for it. Double peek, really try and force falling off of this angle. And now if they decide to go for the B split, it's going to take a bit longer for Luminosity to rotate around because Fallen would have to run all the way back up around. It's not a quick rotation from cat straight into mid.
They do have smokes to get into B here, so Cold, this kind of play with the USPS is not going to be possible, right? He just wants to click headshots, but the smokes are going to deny it. Now they're actually trapped in here. This is a great strategy from NaVi. C's coming out into the middle, and he gets one parting shot, and that's enough to take Taco down. And Cold trying to get back into it here, but it's obviously going to be a bomb part in favor of NaVi. Zeus also taking out Cold, and now things are looking very bad. They are man down. The bomb has been planted, and what is this? Zeus taking down one more headshot there, making it a double kill. Fur and FNX are left.
And now, well, a bit of an impossible situation for these guys. It does look like they want the challenge, see if they can get some kind of magical play going on here. But NaVi, they're so thorough, they aren't going to make that mistake. They don't need to all be challenging. Guardian going to go for a bit of the risky jump peek. He's just trying to go for the lucky burst shot down. FNX gets challenged, and Fur, he's got the Kevlar, so if he can save that, at least he has that going for him in the next round. But this is just a distraction. He's going to get pinched here. And the knife. Humiliation. I mean, how do you come back from that? But it's systematic with NaVi. That pistol round, spread out across the map, then poke around, find the weakness, force the man off of catwalk, and then go for the B split. I mean, it's just one step after another, all falling into place for these guys. It's just, you can watch it all. It's just like poetry.
And it's so smart as well with that smoke that sort of prevents that USPS one clicking from happening otherwise. Because if you just try and push in otherwise, there's a good chance you could lose one or two members before you even take a fight. So, yeah, small investment, big result. Triple C-set 75 and also a scout, and we've got someone pushing upper mid, well, middle as well, all the way up at upper mid actually. FNX Fur playing on the corner here, but look how fast NaVi are. They might actually be in the bomb site before this even goes down.
Yeah, Guardian finding a shot through the smoke there as well. A little bit frustrating. Fur, he's in a bit. He is here for Cali. He's going to attempt it, but Guardian is having none of it. Not going to find him in the end. Fur instead will find the double headshot, but then seized, gets the punish. That's why you can't jump safely there anymore. It's always a risk.
FNX did get the initial backstab in, and he's got the double kill as well, looking for a bit more. Not going to try and commit to it. He doesn't have the kit and no grenades, and he realistically has not much of a clue where the second player is either. So now we are going to make this 12 and 5, but at least get save an AK, and a pretty successful round from Luminosity. I mean, this, you know, better to win it, but they've done a lot of damage here. And if they can also keep the AK, then they've got a shot for next round.
Well, we saw what Seas did with that save them for last round, or last half. So, I mean, if they can get that AK in the right spot, if NaVi decide to rush, a good AK spray can completely ruin them. So we'll see how that plays out. There you get a replay of Seas, you know, getting the punish in on Fur. Now it is going to be the buy, no problem at all here for NaVi. They know that Luminosity aren't going to go for any crazy risks, you know, with Kevlar or anything. So they decide to go for a couple of SMGs, even staying on the pistol for Seized. This is straight up B rush. Wow, no fear, no hesitation. This is a straight up bully tactic coming out here from NaVi. No respect, straight out onto the B site. And well, now this is again just a situation where Luminosity, they aren't really going to get anything done.
You know, they were trying to build a tower in the middle, you know, trying to see if they can make that work. It's a good shot from Cold either way, but oh, and actually a second one. Look at the damage being put here. Flamey also dropping a bit low, but you're right. They shouldn't be able to come anywhere close to winning this round.
It's a bit frustrating for Zeus, though. I mean, giving up a gun, that is not ideal. That is one of the AKs that gets taken out. The second AK is gone now. So now they have to actually have Flamey or Edwards. Somebody has to go out there and pick a gun up, unless they can hunt somebody. That's another option. Edward is already spreading out across this map, looking to see if he can't find one of the AKs at top mid.
Wow, very expensive round here for the terrorist side.
They make weird decisions sometimes, NaVi. All right, I know it's a... Did Edward get it or not? That's a little bit, that's an important bit of information that we need as well. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, looks like he got picked. So 2 AK saved for Luminosity going into the bye. That's actually fantastic.
It is, and they pick up the AWP. They have a lot more utility in terms of, smokes, obviously, but Molotovs as well. We'll see if it's going to work out. Guardian getting the long spawn, and he's not going to get the shot, and actually gets shut down by Fallen. Decides to stick around, and that might have been a mistake there. So, big opening shot. And obviously, we're right at the edge right now for Luminosity. They either have pretty much a perfect half from here on out, or it's going to be done.
Yeah, exactly. They have no room for error. If they get reset in this round or the next, this is where NaVi can just completely run them over them and get into Inferno with a really solid scoreline. So, yeah, it is tough. And NaVi, they are a very good team at taking over Catwalk and just rushing out Cat. They have the nades for it, 4 Molotovs, 3 smokes, everything they need for a full execute onto this A site, no problem. And they have the flashes to force Fallen off of this angle as well. So they have all the necessities. Now can they actually just execute it? So there's the first one. That's going to force Fallen to take a bit of a tighter angle here, as you guys can see. It should be a deep flash going onto the site to get Fallen off, to force him back. Or are they just going to rely on C's to open?
Oh, yeah, he's going to be crouching in behind that smoke. That's a bit tricky as well. A lot of pressure in CT spawn. Bomb still up on Catwalk. With about 30 seconds left, and that's going to be the opening frag. C's actually out-opening Fallen. Such a huge kill. That's going to bring it back in a 4 versus 4 here. 25 seconds as they make their way to the A-bomb side. The bomb is going to go down. Default plant, which means...
Not ideal.
No, definitely not. I'm not a big fan of that bomb plant.
That is actually... I mean, they're going to have to stay on the side at this point, NaVi. There's no way out. They can't take over Cat. They're still waiting on Long. They might be able to find the pick at Long. That is fair. Holding down there, seized, lands another shot, but he loses his teammate. Flame, he's going to come to the rescue, though. Double spray for him. And the last man alive on Long. He's been spotted, and that is not a fight that he's going to win. Seized will get the job done in the end. And NaVi, they win the key round here versus Luminosity. Now, the rest of this half is theirs to dictate. And I can guarantee you that Fallen is thinking the same thing that I am. Where's the flash? Where's the flash? Where's the flash? And he's dancing around. You know, he's trying to stay sharp. If he spots it, he wants to turn away fast enough. I mean, that works out perfectly for C's, who just walks in there and decides to take the fight straight up. Definitely not expecting that. Luminosity, though, they have enough money to go for the YOLO play. 2 AWPs for them. And then just a force up with some FAMASs for the rest of their teammates.
Well, I mean... why not at this point? You might as well try and see if you can make this work. It's been well proven how strong it is. C is going to be just opening up the round here, and FNX going to be going down, looking for a second. He hits the headshot through the smoke as well. Fur is gone, and we're right at the limit here. Finally, Fallen coming up with a kill on C's. They've got to stop this right now. Luminosity essentially needing to win 11 rounds in a row, including a bit of a comeback into this round, and it's not looking possible at this point in time here. Even the parting kill there coming in from Edward, and Guardian going to be dropping Fallen.
And now are they really going to try and challenge this? That is crazy. Guardian decides to go for the peek off a slope, and they're already on the hunt. Edward, he's just looking for this AWP. If he can find it, that would be fantastic. But I guess the hero of this round, we just have to give it to Seized. Guy walks out onto Long, gets 2 kills, just annihilates half the defense on the A site by himself, even spots a man just on the edge of the smoke there. So after that, it's just too much of an opening. NaVi, they can just power onto the side at that point, and there really isn't a whole lot that Luminosity can do apart from just hitting crazy shots. And Fallen did try.
Oh, and they're going to lose the rifle as well. Well, I mean, there just haven't been a lot of setups here for Luminosity on the CT side that have allowed them to get refrags, right? Mm-hmm. They keep playing these individual positions, like over at Car. There's no one there to get the refrag. When Edward was playing down in Pit, he at least had Guardian playing up on the slope to help him out with the AWP, but there isn't a lot of that kind of setup here. So right now, the Brazilian team having a really rough time.
Oh, well, here we go. They're making use of the double op. Flamey, though, double headshot for him at Long. And again, half the defense gone in the blink of an eye. It's falling apart for Luminosity. FNX does not have the best weapon for a long-distance fight. That shotgun, it is not going to work for him. And while Zeus, he does get pushed down. Taco hitting a hard shot there. Thought that Zeus would have that. That's a 100% kill there for Zeus. He should get that every time. So for him to miss it, he's going to be miffed. But the damage is already done here to the defense. Taco, he's down to a single point of health. 34 left on cold. They don't even have a kit going into this retake once that bomb gets planted.
Yeah, this is not going to work out for Cold either. He's such a good player, but, you know, that little health and just a FAMAS, not exactly ideal. They spot him out. He's going to try and make a little bit of a jump here, but they've got everything working for them. NaVi, I mean, it was a bit of a battle at the beginning, but at the end of this game, you could tell they just took over this game. Flamey closing off, and I feel that's appropriate considering what a sick game this guy had. Very, very impressive performance from Flamey.
Yeah, end stats there we missed, but I mean, you're talking about that combo when mentioned.